Amarr doors are sold under a variety of brand names.
This video is divided into the following 4 sections. Watch the entire video and read the installation instructions before attempting to install your garage door. Pre-install information. Removal of old door.
Installation of new door.
Important after install information. Before you begin your garage door installation project, please review these important safety and installation tips. Overhead garage doors are large, heavy objects that move with the help of springs under high tension and sometimes electric motors. Since moving objects, springs under tension and electric motors can cause injuries. Your safety and the safety of others depends on you thoroughly reading and understanding the instructions. If you have questions or do not understand the information presented in the instructions, call 1-800-503-DOOR. Most garage door incidents are caused by failure to observe basic safety rules or precautions. An incident can often be avoided by recognizing potentially hazardous situations before an incident occurs. A person must be alert to potential hazards. This person should also have the necessary training, skills, and tools to perform these functions properly. Amarr cannot anticipate every possible circumstance that might involve a potential hazard. The warnings in this publication and on the product are, therefore, not all-inclusive. If a tool, procedure, work method, or operating technique that is not specifically recommended by Amarr is used, you must satisfy yourself that it is safe for you and others. You should also ensure that the product will not be damaged or made unsafe by the operation, lubrication, maintenance, or repair procedures that you choose. Garage doors are the largest moving object in a home. Installation of garage doors is a complex do-it-yourself project. This video is not a substitute for reading and following the instructions. You must utilize the proper tools as outlined in the installation instructions. Removing an old door and installing a new door is a complex job, especially for a do-it-yourselfer. Everyone's abilities are different. You risk injury to yourself and others even if following the instructions. Once the garage door sections are stacked and before the spring is installed, you will be stuck in the garage if there is no other means of exit or entry. Be prepared with light, water, and ventilation. There are parts of the installation process that can cause serious injury or even death. Read all of the warnings and instructions before you begin. There is very important information you need to know from the start. Be very careful and follow the instructions. Any door not installed exactly as shown in the Amarr installation instructions and according to building codes will not be eligible for any liability or warranty claim from Amarr. Amarr is not liable for injuries during installation. Please note that you will need additional hardware, wood, and fasteners not supplied with your garage door. Before removing your existing door, unpack your new door out of the way of where you will be removing your existing door to make sure that you have all required hardware and parts to complete the installation. You don't want to be stuck with a large hole in the side of your house or a door you can't use until you get parts or installation advice. Read instructions step by step and locate the hardware that each step requires. This will help familiarize you with both the instructions and hardware. If any hardware is missing or you have installation questions, you can contact Amarr customer service at 1-800-503-DOOR.
For doors using torsion springs, the center bearing plate must be securely fastened to a wood spring pad that is made of a minimum of 2x6 southern yellow pine. The wood pad must be secured to the wall framing with fasteners that are flush with the jambs and securely anchored to the wall. Be sure to pre-drill holes in the wood spring pad to keep it from splitting. The wood spring pad must be properly fastened to the wall framing because there is a tremendous amount of torque created by the torsion springs. Review the installation instructions for proper fastening techniques. The center bearing plate is then attached to the wood spring pad with the 2 red 5/16 inch by 1.5 inch lag screws using 3/16 inch pre-drilled holes. Be sure to use the red-headed fasteners to secure the center bearing plate. A spring warning tag should be on the center bearing plate. If not, call Amarr customer service at 800-503-3667 so a replacement can be sent. If you see a loose center bearing plate or spring pad, do not touch it. Call a qualified garage door technician. This spring pad can unexpectedly pull loose from the wall and spin wildly, potentially causing serious injury or death. Installing a garage door is a 2-person job because the door is heavy.
It is your responsibility to understand the local building codes and follow them exactly, and especially when it comes to wind-loaded garage doors.
Doors must be specially reinforced for high wind areas.
Headroom is the distance between the top of the door height and the ceiling or first obstruction. An obstruction could be any ductwork, pipes, or lights that are on the ceiling directly behind the full open height of the door, plus 2 feet. There are minimum headroom requirements that can be found in the installation instructions, so review them before you begin. If the garage door that is being replaced is in a house built prior to 1978, or located at a childcare facility or school, you are required to take specific safety measures to ensure that all lead dust is contained and disposed of properly. Visit the EPA website as shown for safe removal techniques. If removing an existing garage door, first determine whether the door has extension or torsion springs. Do not loosen or remove any fasteners on the door without first removing all spring tension. If the garage door you are removing has torsion springs, take great care in releasing the tension of the torsion springs before removing that door. If the bearing plate or wood pad seems loose, call a qualified garage door technician. Releasing spring tension can cause serious injury or death. Be sure to use the proper equipment, such as winding bars, to release torsion tension. Never use screwdrivers or any other miscellaneous item to release torsion spring tension. Using any inappropriate item to remove torsion spring tension may cause serious injury or death. Always use special winding bars that fit snugly into the holes of the winding cones. Never remove the center bearing plate without first releasing the torsion spring tension. If the garage door you are removing has extension springs, the door must be lifted first and then secured in the open position with 2 vice grips before removing the extension springs. Then you must carefully lower the full weight of the door to the closed position. Be sure to watch for pinch points. Exercise great caution when removing the bottom brackets. Ensure that the bottom brackets do not have spring tension on them prior to removal. Failure to do so may result in serious injury or death. Older doors do not typically use red-headed fasteners, so be careful to determine which parts have spring tension. Remember to be careful when removing the old door. It is heavy. Don't reuse the existing track, springs, or hardware or any parts from the old door. Use new tracks, springs, and hardware that are engineered and required for the specific door that you are installing. You may also need to move and adjust or replace existing track back hangers for the horizontal track. When installing your new garage door, first check to make sure that you have all the parts listed in the instructions. If not, call the Amarr Customer Service Center phone number at 1-800-503-DOOR. Be sure the door opening is framed with 2x6 southern yellow pine and is properly fastened to the walls as shown in the instructions. Never install track or any door part directly onto sheetrock. There are several types of hinges used in the garage door industry. The most common hinge, when installed, juts out from the door. Most but not all of Amarr doors use a special patented center hinge that is different in that it sits inside a pocket for a flush finish. Additionally, the patented Amarr end hinges are flush to the section with a pin that is inserted in the edge of the section. Be careful when fastening the end hinges and keep your fingers out of the way. Look for an L and an R to signify left and right end hinges, from inside looking out. Make sure you know what type of hinge you have and how to install it. Track spacing is important. Be sure the track is spaced 3/8 of an inch from the door at all points. If the track spacing is too wide, the door can fall out of the track. If the track spacing is too narrow, the door can get stuck in the track. The track and door need to be level and square. If your floor is not level, the track and door will need to be adjusted. See the install instructions for details. Winding torsion springs with winding bars is the most hazardous part of an installation because torsion springs have tremendous tension on them. Winding torsion springs with anything other than special steel winding bars is extremely dangerous and can result in serious injury or death if not performed with the correct tools. If a simple set winding device is included with your door, then winding bars are not needed. If your door has extension springs, be sure to install the extension spring safety retention cables. These safety cables keep the spring from becoming airborne should a spring break. To install extension springs, you will have to lift the full door weight and secure it open with 2 vice grips. The door is heavy, so be careful and get assistance before you lift the door. After you install your new door and install the springs, the bottom brackets will have tremendous tension on them. Do not attempt to remove, repair, or adjust these bottom brackets unless the tension is off the spring. Be sure to use the proper red colored fasteners on these bottom brackets. The red colored fasteners warn that the bottom brackets are under tremendous tension. Failure to do so may result in serious injury or death. Watch for pinch points in the garage door and take care to keep fingers and hands clear of the section joints, tracks, and springs. All Amarr steel doors have a pre-painted finish. If you plan to paint your steel garage door, be sure to follow Amarr's paint finishing instructions as well as the paint manufacturer's instructions. Use a high-quality exterior-grade acrylic or exterior-grade latex paint. Never use an oil-based paint. Any paint applied to Amarr's pre-painted steel garage doors voids the paint finish warranty. Wood doors must be primed and painted on all 6 sides prior to installation. Place the warning labels and tags on the garage door as shown in the installation instructions. Whether connecting a new or existing garage door opener, be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions for both the garage door and the garage door opener. You must properly reinforce the top section of the garage door when you install a garage door opener. An improperly reinforced top section can buckle when using a garage door opener. The type of reinforcement depends on the type of door. See the installation instructions for proper reinforcement. In some instances, the existing opener may need to be moved or the opener arm adjusted to work with your new door. Test your garage door opener's reversing mechanism monthly, following the garage door opener manufacturer's instructions. If your door has a pull rope, you must remove it. To avoid damage to your garage door, make sure you remove or disable any locks on your door. To comply with today's garage door safety standards, only connect or reconnect garage door openers that were manufactured after 1982. The wall safety control for the door operator must be placed 5 feet from the floor, and the photo safety beams must be installed no higher than 6 inches above the floor. Be sure to read the Amarr Owner's Manual in its entirety so you become familiar with the safe operation and maintenance of your garage door. Remember, a garage door is the largest moving object in your home. It is not a toy. Never let children play with the door or the garage door opener remotes. Do not let children or pets near the door while it is moving. A garage door can provide you with years of trouble-free operation if you properly maintain it. Be sure to wash your door annually with mild detergent and water and service your door regularly following manufacturer's guidelines. Call a professional garage door technician for assistance if needed. Keep your Amarr limited warranty and purchase record. Still have questions? Call us at 800-503-DOOR. Want professional help installing your door? Go to amarr.com to the dealer locator. To learn more about garage door safety, visit the site on the screen or call us at 800-503-DOOR.